Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher, and today we're going to take a look at the Tangle Dinovel by CZT Susan Yeo. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. um, it's a cute tangle, and starts off with we'll call it a tethered orb, or actually that fits best of the times that I'm using it. So we're going to start here and just kind of making a orb shape, but tethering it right there. We'll actually make three of them tethered to the same place, like so. Then, and I thought that this is a neat aspect of this tangle, is just a neat wavy line. And I think in my step out, I went real wavy. But what's neat is you could do, of course, however you want. And also make sure to take a look at the for more inspiration link, so that way you can see this from see Susan's her step out as well as samples. Amazing. All right, then we're gonna do a big curve line connecting each of these. And as I was looking at her sample versus the step out, they can touch, they cannot touch. It's up to you. But just a big curve line. Oops, like that. Then, similar thing on that top edge. Just make a neat curvy line. And then we'll fill that in afterwards. Although, all of a sudden I'm thinking, what would that look like if I just drew like straight lines? Oh, that's kind of like that walk the line tangle. Sort of. Sort of. It ends up looking like lines, but I don't know. Just popped into my head. Okay. And then in the center, if you wanted to put, some little fescue shapes is what they are. Kind of a curved line with a ball on the end. You don't have to. There is a neat sample that, a variation, I'm sorry, on her step out where she put, it was kind of a different inside. And so take a look at that. I thought that was really, really neat. I didn't play with it um, yet to see how did she do that. But it's really, really neat. And I like to save some of those stuff for, everyone's exploration. And just filling these in. What's neat, I don't know, there's just something neat about this. And maybe it's, just having this nice contrast with the black and white. I left a little white spot there on the end, and that looks kind of like a little shine point. I could do that with all of them, but it would be too hard to do. Um, I don't know what it is. This one, and oh gosh, what was the other one? It was called, was it Ya or something like that? Where it was just a really neat flower, and I want to say it was almost, I think it was all filled in. But anyway, just sometimes these are just so neat. There's so many different tangles, so many different styles. And I should probably move to my graphic one here, because otherwise I'll be here all day and you'll be watching me do this. Some of what this makes me think of too, because it's inspired by a tulip, and you'll see that on the For More Inspiration link. But when I'm looking at this, and maybe it's because I put a lot of curve lines versus here where it's kind of less and just more, I don't know, it looks kind of drippy. But this is making me think of like a clamshell, and I'm thinking I'm gonna play with it, and if you just put some straight lines coming up, and that could be kind of neat. Maybe I'll do a second one, and well, you might know, because if I do it, I'll probably put it on that front cover photo. I just get my inspiration here, and then you know You'll already know if I did it or not, and if it turned out cool. But I'm thinking that's a neat, different take on this. Really cool. Now, oh, but well, I could do that with this one because in her variation, well, and I'll just do it on I'll do it on a separate one. If you wanted to expand further, you can. So she has, doing this same shape, but just connecting these two. So then, and that's in her, I think the variation. So you can have more fun and expand this however you would like to do it. So with that, let's do some shading. This is one of those that looks neat just as it is. So I wasn't thinking about shading necessarily. Gosh, and I'm thinking of it two ways. Let's do it one way here. One way is, of course, kind of where things converge, or like this. Where it kind of goes in. I'm not sure which direction I want to take this in. And that's the fun of Zentangle. Sometimes you just do, and then you just get inspired. I really like that because it highlights. I don't want to bring it out too far because I don't have a lot of room, but that looks neat. And I could I'm just going to put a little bit in here. That looks nice. Yeah. Could go. I'm just going to go a little bit darker here, right in that center, and I'll bring it out a little bit, and just kind of incorporate that bit of a little bit more darkness in. Oh yeah. In sorry, I get so excited. Shading, it's like magic, and it is, and for me, it just never gets old. That did it. Yeah. Sometimes you just go a little bit darker, but like I was starting to say as I looked at in the camera and saw, oh, that turns out really good. Um, just incorporating a little bit more graphite and then blend it into the gradient you already have, and that's so that way you're not adding too much. We avoid graphite remorse, and really neat. But like I said, this is a neat one that looks fine without the shading too. It's just really, really neat. So if you enjoyed the video, and I hope that you did, would love to have you click like, feel free to share it, leave comments, and if you like me enough to see more, would love to have you be a subscriber to the channel. And if you do decide to subscribe to the channel, know that it's free. In the description section, I was going somewhere, I don't know where. My brain then went out for pizza or something. And no, actually, it's thinking about redoing this, and I grabbed another tile so I could play already, and it's like, no, let's just focus for a minute. So in the description section, I mentioned all of the links to the step outs. I always do my own version, and then for more inspiration is to the originator of the Tangle. And then below that, ways to connect with me. So if you enjoy my goofiness, and I hope that you do, I would love to have you join me for online classes. I do them almost twice weekly. It just depends on the week. I have a lot of them are free. If you click onto my website and then to the classes/sessions link, it will show you. You have to scroll down and read. I have some other thoughts on how to organize it. But Tangle Time, that's every Thursday. I do 2 sessions. I always do 2 sessions. I started doing it a long time ago, and I have just decided to stick with it just because, I don't know, it seems to work. And it's now an ingrained habit, and so I can't not do it. And I'm in Michigan, so it's Eastern time. We're going to be moving to whatever the other is, off of daylight savings, I guess, or it's onto, I forget which way it is, but it just causes a lot of havoc all over the place, and I know some places change it at different times. I don't know. it's all confusing. But that's why I'm saying Michigan. So if you're so check the time. If you follow me on, I do have event. I post on Eventbrite and Meetup.com, and also on Facebook. And so if you follow in any of those places, it will show up in your time zone. So that way it's less confusing. And so if you follow there, or if you get the routine, I do keep current leaks on my website there, and you will see them. But anyway, check that out. Would love to have you. We have a lot of fun and create a lot of neat art, and like I said, it's a really good time. So with that, thanks so much for watching, and I wish you happy tangling.